Hello and welcome to a new moon insight in Gemini. Now Gemini brings in the mental aspect. Gemini is the mind. Gemini is communication. It's the intellect. It's education, all things that relate to the mind and intelligence and conveying messages out into the world. So in a sense, we're blending the mind and the mental activity into the feelings and emotions. So it's a perfect time to articulate what it is you are building in your life and what it is you are hoping to manifest in your life. It's the perfect time to convey those messages, not only to yourself, but to the world around you. To really think about what it is that you want to create, to think about what it is you want to manifest. Again, Gemini, communication, educating yourself on how to manifest what it is you're hoping to create. Let's talk a little bit about why it's even important to align ourselves with things like new moons and full moons. Basically, it's cycles of nature. When we can harmonize our own lives with the cycles that are happening out in nature around us or in the cosmos. That's what astrology is all about, right? Paying attention to where the planets are and what signs, so we can harmonize and align ourselves with the energies that are actually happening in the universe. So the moon pulls it down on more of a personal level. One of the ancient symbols of what the moon represents is our personality. You know, more so these days, we talk about it being feelings and emotions, yet it is our personality as well. I mean, it's so symbolic in the sense of it reflects the sun. So our inner truth of who we are and what brings us a sense of vitality and purpose in this life and on this planet is reflected in the moon. We see it in the mirror of the lunar cycles. So again, cycles. New moon, first quarter, full moon, second quarter, the birth of the moon, the growing of the moon, full maturation of the moon, elderhood and declining into death. We see the cycle of life and death within every lunar cycle. And so we can align our own lives with that concept and treat each lunar cycle as a miniature birth and death within our lives. So how does that relate to what I'm talking about here? It relates in the sense of planting seeds in the new moon for those to grow and mature, to reflect upon in the full moon, and then we let it go and we let the cycle continue. We don't hold on to it. We let it go and we let it breathe and we let it be ingested into the universe, and then we start again. Cycles of 4, again, new moon, first quarter, full moon, second quarter, 4. The 4 elements, the 4 seasons. Equinox, solstice. We see it reflected over and over again. And so we harmonize ourselves with the power of 4, the quadruplicity of existence. And by doing so, we're in more alignment with the world around us. In the tarot, the moon is represented by the High Priestess. She sits on a cubic throne of solidity. Water pours through her. Water is the symbol, again, of feeling and emotion in the moon. Her robe is blue water flowing out, going into all the rest of the tarot cards. Behind her is a pulsing, moving ocean, building into tidal waves and then calming down. She wears a silver crown of every cycle of the moon. So there's a lot of movement, a lot of energy in this card. Emotions and feelings bring a lot of energy, but again, she sits quietly and calmly on the throne, centered. At her chest is an equal-armed cross, again, 4, the cross. What this means is using the lunar energy as it grows and as it moves and as the feelings and emotions build, we don't get swayed by them because that'll throw you off the course, that'll throw you off the path. So instead of getting swayed by them, you use the enthusiasm of the motion. Enthusiasm is a key word here. To enthuse is to bring inspiration, God-like inspiration into the being, charging whatever it is that you're planting, whatever seed you're planting in the waters of that new moon. And remember, this is a dark moon. This isn't the full moon. That's why it's an insight. It's more of a calm time to plant whatever it is you want to manifest in your life. So now, again, referring to the tarot, the High Priestess, the moon, is the subconscious waters of manifestation. But what gets planted in there comes from the Magician, card number 1, which is Mercury, which rules Gemini. So it's the intellect, it's the self-conscious self pulling down the energy from above into the manifest world below, but through the subconsciousness. The Magician uses his intention to plant those seeds in the subconscious. Then in the subconscious, it starts to multiply. It starts to grow. The moon will start to grow. From this point on, from this Gemini new moon, it will then move and manifest through all the other signs. And the cycle will start again and continue and start again and continue. So our job is to calm ourselves, relax ourselves, and center ourselves with the movement of the moon. Let it grow, let it breathe, and let it come down. We breathe in, we breathe out with the moon. So I hope this helps you understand a little more about the Gemini new moon and how to align yourself with it. And I really appreciate you being out there and watching my videos and listening to what I have to say. If you have any questions, please reach out. And I look forward to keeping this conversation going. As always, I love talking about astrology. I love talking about tarot and all things mystical. And that's what this is all about. Thank you very much.